Hello, hello. Welcome to the Mystic Path. This is going to be general messages for the collective. This is like a mid-November energy update here. General messages. Let's just see where we're at for those of you watching and what comes out. This is the Starseed Oracle I'm using first. General messages for the collective, for those watching. Okay, that one. Anything else for those watching? General messages. Okay. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Find common ground. Okay. Okie dokie. So far, the energy right now is supportive of shifts and changing, growth, expansion, and evolution. Okay? The energy is calling us to find common ground with those around us. Find common ground with those around us. They wanted me to say that again and say it slower. Okay? The messages that want to come in right now are in regards to accepting each other on a collective level, accepting each other, not being so divisive with each other. Look at the grand scheme of things, right? Zoom out and try to get a whole global view. And try to realize that it's not always about you and your beliefs and what makes you comfortable. We all have to live on this planet together. And we're all trying to have our own experiences and journeys. And we all have the right to do so. So if we want a world that has less chaos, less war, less violence, we have to start facing those aspects of ourselves and stop pointing the finger at the other guy. Okay? We just had an eclipse earlier in the month, and this, I feel like, is a continuation of that. This energy is a lot more yummy, a lot less aggressive. It feels safe and comfortable. And so that's why I'm delivering this difficult message. Okay? If we all want harmony and peace and less stress and angst in the world, it starts with us. It starts each individual. You can't change the world until you can change yourself. Right? So that's where the energy's at right here. For those watching, what is it most important to know for those watching? Okay. King of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Cups. I already know the message is coming in very clear. I don't need to shuffle anything else right now. Man, these eclipse energies. I'm not even sure. I got messages coming in so quick and clear that I'm not even sure I need cards. But we love cards, don't we? Okay. This is what I'm getting. To birth. Okay, humanity is undergoing like a new birth. A new birth into new earth, right? Where we're more evolved. We're less hateful, spiteful, volatile. Okay? But in order for us to birth that world and to get to that place, we have got to take a look at ourselves, right? It begins with us. Well, these two cards very clearly are saying to me, I mean, the 10 of potions, which is the 10 of cups, is about like happily ever after. Getting everything you want in life. Being abundant. Having whatever it is that fulfills you. Be it career, family, kids, whatever it is, right? Being fulfilled and happy and getting all of our wishes fulfilled. That's what the 10 of Cups is. The message here is for us to get there, we have got to start looking at the materialism that goes on in our collective. The materialism, the fact that money is king, and it's basically humans have created a system that I keep hearing pay to play, but that is not what it was meant to be, and that is not what the new earth is about. If humans want to continue to evolve and grow and fulfill the potential we have inside of us, right? Look around at what's happening in society. That cannot be the best that we can do as a whole. I mean, children are getting murdered going to school by war weapons that are being used by other children that are not old enough to have the maturity and the mental balance to be responsible for those kinds of weapons, right? That's one problem. We are in a giant mass extinction where the earth, due to climate change and other factors, weather patterns, human behavior, the climate changing, all of this is like a process, right? The earth is a living being. But we're destroying it for money. Okay? So we've got that issue. We've got people who just can't get along in society with each other. Everyone's volatile, angry, triggered, and taking it out and projecting on each other and blaming each other. And that is not going to get us into a peaceful, harmonious, sustainable world. And I don't even want to use the word sustainable, right? Because sustainable means just sustaining where you're at. And that's not what we need. We need to grow and evolve and do better. The children need to be able to go to school and feel safe and not in danger of their lives, right? The humans on the planet need to be able to live and understand, know that if they lose everything overnight from a natural disaster, which has been happening a lot over the last decade, that people are going to come together and love them and support them. And it's not always just going to be about money. And the insurance companies, not like, I live in Florida. A month ago, we had a horrible hurricane here, Hurricane Ian. And a lot of people have lost everything. And some of the insurance companies are saying that they're not going to pay out because, this really wasn't the hurricane, this was flooding. And your policy didn't cover flooding. Okay? That is what I'm talking about here. We have reached a place, we've created a system that is no longer working for the majority of the people in the system, right? We've created a system where you need multiple jobs and multiple incomes in a household to have basic needs. Okay? We're in a place where money and materialism and consumerism has become the priority over everything else. And the message is very clear here. Until that stops, there will be no happily ever after. Right? We're just going to continue to live in this chaos, in a vicious cycle. It's already been going on for thousands of years. We've been given an opportunity to grow and level up. The last several years, lots of big changes have been happening globally and in the world. And this is a momentum that we can push forward and evolve and change and do better, right? Because we have to be able to do better than this. But the outside world is a reflection of what's happening internally. So we will never get to this new earth without shifting our perspective, shifting our priorities, and facing our own issues. We need to stop projecting onto others and pointing fingers. And we need, what is the saying? When you point one finger at someone else, there are 4 pointing back at you, right? So that basically means don't worry about what other people are doing. If somebody's wearing a mask and you don't want to wear a mask, then you don't need to wear a mask. But you don't need to harass or punch or bully somebody who's making a different choice than you. And vice versa. If you're wearing a mask and you see somebody who's not, it is not your job or your obligation to harass and bully that person and force them to fall into line, right? We all need to start going within, facing ourselves, dealing with our own issues, and stop projecting them onto others, okay? Every person we encounter is just mirroring back to us what the universe wants us to see, wants us to work on. Okay. These Native American cards have been really pulling on my energy lately to come out. So we're gonna, what is the advice moving forward? Oh, okay. Huh. That's interesting. I recorded a different reading earlier, and the same card came out. Tomahawk. 29. I keep hearing decisions. Decisions to be made. Priorities to be changed. Hold on, this book has multiple languages. Okay. And for some reason, I always end up in some other language. Okay. The tomahawk is a useful tool employed for a number of different purposes. Simply, it is a common everyday tool used for chopping or cutting. It has also been used for hunting and in warfare. Further, it is used in competitions. Hence, it is associated with strength, war, competition, and aggressiveness. It is also connected with the instantaneous and definitive power of lightning. Because it is an intellectually okay, what is happening? Sorry. Because it is an intelligently designed tool that can be used for various purposes, there is also a connection with ingenuity and choice. Choose carefully and don't destroy something worth keeping. Okay? So, this is saying it's time for us to start reprioritizing, making better choices, because it starts with us. And we're not ever going to get to this new, harmonious, beautiful earth until every single person starts dealing with themselves and their own issues. And this card is basically saying you're supported, you have the strength to do it, you're supported by the universe in doing it, and it's also saying do not throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? We have some systems and things in place, systems, institutions, patterns, right? Programs, some societal programming, all of these things are in place, and they have been for thousands of years. It's time for us to start making better choices, shifting and changing. Don't throw them all out completely, right? But it's time for us to start shifting and changing them. We, as humans, created all these institutions and these programs and systems, and we are, as humans, can shift them and change them, okay? Because this is what we need to save the world, basically. You know, the butterflies, monarch butterflies, are going extinct. And I had a thought, my niece is only 12 years old, and I had a thought the other day of like, what if she becomes my age and she has kids, and I'm telling those kids stories about how we used to have these beautiful insects called butterflies, but we don't have them anymore because we've raped the planet of all the resources and now she can't live. How awful and heartbreaking would that be? That one, her children would never get to experience butterflies. And two, that humans could let such a beautiful gift be destroyed like that. Okay, the butterflies is just an example. Insert any animal or plant or feature of nature within it, right? All of that stuff is at danger because of the way we are consuming in this world. So This is the challenge. We need to find the strength to start shifting and changing. We need to start making better choices, even if they're not the most convenient choices. Okay? And we're going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. I love hearing what everyone thinks. And we will see you next time. Namaste.